Hello students, myself Surbhi Singh. I am Assistant Professor at Aryabhatta College of Engineering and Research Center Ajmer. This presentation is about basic introduction of database management system. It involves introduction of DBMS, how DBMS acts like an interface, applications of DBMS, advantages and disadvantages of DBMS, DBMS versus file systems, database users and data abstraction. Introduction to DBMS. What is database? Database is a collection of related information stored in such a manner that it is available to many users for different purposes. Now, what is database system? A system is a collection of programs that enables user to create and maintain the database. Now, from both definitions, we can conclude database management system is a collection of interrelated data and a set of programs to access those data. DBMS is a system which allows inserting, deleting, and updating database. The primary goal of a database is to provide a way to store and retrieve database information that is both convenient and efficient. In this diagram, we can see database system environment. So, this person is called system administrator. This is database utility. Now, database administrator manages DBMS utilities. Database designer designs database utilities. Now, database administrator writes and enforces procedures and standards. These procedures, or we can say functions, are used by end user, analyst, programmers. End user use applications programs which is written by programmers to access DBMS. How DBMS acts like an interface. DBMS acts like an interface between the application program and the operating system to access or manipulate the database. A DBMS is a software system that allows access to data contained in the database. Its objective is to provide a convenient and effective method of defining, storing, and retrieving the information contained in the database. Applications of database. There are some important applications of database. First is banking. This application is very useful for maintaining customer information, accounts and loans and banking transaction. In universities, DBMS is used for maintaining student records, course registration and grades in any university. In airlines, DBMS is used for reservation and schedule informations. In railway reservation, DBMS is used for checking the availability of reservation in different kind of trains and tickets. In finance, DBMS is used for storing information about holidays, sales, purchase of financial instruments. In telecommunication, DBMS is used for keeping records of calls made and generating monthly bills, etc. In sales, DBMS is used for customer, product and purchase information. In credit card transaction, DBMS is used for purchases on credit card and generation of monthly statements. Next is advantage of DBMS. There are many advantages of DBMS. First one is less redundancy. Okay, what is the meaning of redundancy? Redundancy is repetition of data. Database administrator has the centralized control of the data, so it will avoid the inconsistency, because now we have to make the changes at one place only. Second is data independence. Application programmer should be as independent as possible from details of data representation and storage. The DBMS can provide an abstract view of the data to insulate application code from such details. Efficient data accessing. A DBMS utilize a variety of sophisticated techniques to store and retrieve data efficiently. This feature is especially important if the data is stored on external storage device. Fourth is reduced application development time. DBMS supports many important functions that are common to many applications accessing data stored in the database. Next is security. Different constraints can be there for each type of access right to each module of information in database, thus ensuring that access to database is through proper channel by proper person. Next is integrity. Integrity constraints such as unique account number for each person should be identified. Data may be updated incorrectly if integrity is not maintained. Next is data sharing. Many application programs use the same data simultaneously, and this referred to as data sharing. Due to this feature of database, the storage capacity is reduced to minimum. And last is data recovery and concurrency. Database has backup so that recovery of data from software and hardware failures can be made, such that if system crashes in mid of transactions, database should be restored to the safe state and concurrency is maintained. Now disadvantages of DBMS. First one is high investment. High investment is required to establish database network. Second is control. If we don't have proper control on security and integrity constraints, so we have to make compromises at any stage. So good control is very important. Third one is overhead cost. Obviously, because we have to maintain and regular update hardware and software components, so the cost will increase definitely. And last is performance criteria is very important. It is very important, and we cannot ignore this criteria. Now, DBMS versus file system. In file system, the processing is done with the help of files. Okay, but the traditional file system has some lacking points. So these lacking points are, for first one is definition, you can see, and second one is data redundancy. Redundancy is repetition of data. In DBMS, we cannot, we ignore the problem like redundancy. Cost, of course, the software DBMS software are very costly, and also regular updates makes it costly because we use software, so software need regular updation also. Okay, security use. Mostly large organization use DBMS who can afford, because as the above point, cost is attached to it, and security is as I told, security is very important aspect. Now the comparison between DBMS and file system is shown in this figure. Okay, in the upper figure we can see a database system, okay, of personal department, sales department and accounting department. Both are acquiring the information from this database, which is having information of employees, customers, sales, inventory, accounts. Now in file system diagram we can see that every department maintains its own files. So this is not so much flexible. Personal department maintains separate file of employees, accounting department maintain separate files about accounts, sales department maintain separate files of customer, sales and inventory. So this is not flexible, and this requires a high maintenance, and in this the information accessing is not easy. Okay, database users. DBMS users use the database and access to database. These are, first one is naive users. Naive users are those users who need not to be aware of presence of database system or any other system supporting their usage are considered as naive user. For example, a user of an ATM machine falls in this category. Second one is online users. There are users who may communicate with the database directly via an online terminal or indirectly via user interface and application program. Third one is application programmers. Application programmers are those people who are responsible for developing application programs or user interface. Application programs could be written in general purpose language such as VB, VB.NET, C, C++, Java. Next is database administrator, or we can say DBA. They are the user who are most familiar with the database and are responsible for creating, modifying and maintaining database. Or we can say DBA is a person having control over the data and program, or who having all the authorities and responsibilities of database. Next is system analyst. A system analyst is responsible for researching, planning, coordinating and recommending database application and system choices to meet an organization's business requirement. And last is database designers. Database designer is a person which designs a database, or we can say database designer is responsible for designing database in a logical manner. Next topic is data abstraction. What is data abstraction? Database systems are made up of complex data structures. To ease the user interaction with database, the developer hide internal irrelevant details from user. This process of hiding irrelevant details from user is called data abstractions. There are three levels of data abstraction: physical level, logical level and view level. We can see in this diagram what is physical level. We can see physical level is lower level, or we can call it internal schema. This is the lowest level of abstraction and describes how the data are actually stored. The physical level describes complex low level data structure in detail. Okay, next one is logical level, or we can call it conceptual level. This is the next higher level of abstraction and describes what data are stored in the database and what relationship exists among those data. First level, physical level, was describing how data is stored. Okay, now logical level is described what kind of data you are storing. Okay, now third one is view level. This is the highest level of abstraction, describes only part of the entire database. We can see in diagram that each user is having different views. User 1 is having view 1, user 2 is having view 2, user 3 is having view 3, and user 4 is having view 4, or many more. Even though the logical level uses simpler structures, complexity remains because the variety of information stored in a large database. The view level of abstraction exists to simplify their interaction with the system. The system may provide many views for the same database. So this is all for today's presentation. We will meet soon for further discussion. Thank you.